Hey everyone, Tech here. Welcome to Tech's Tavern. Grab a brew, pull up a chair, and let's do another episode on our Let's Play of Crusader Kings 2, Croatia. And on this episode, we'll try to get a couple things done, and I'll try to remember some of the questions asked and so on and so forth, but we'll see how it all shapes up here in a minute. First things first, though, one thing I did need to address that I just kind of had missed because it was something that was added later after the fact and I wasn't taking advantage of it. And a few people asked about it. It was in regards to the retinues. And basically what this is, to explain, is you have your regular army levies that you can raise from your own domain, and then also your vassals that you can, force them to hand over for fighting. But then you have your retinues, which is kind of a standing army. Kind of your army, your real army guys who are, always training and fighting and just kind of there ready to go at a moment's notice. And you're not necessarily having to raise them all from the countryside like you are with your normal army levies. So, and I had not really been taking advantage of it. It does cost money as they're reinforcing. But it's a reasonable amount, and it's based off of your I think it actually says here in the description, your military organization technology and all that. So I can have up to 9K is my cap, so to speak. And these are the different types of, the different soldier types that I'm able to raise, and they give you different combinations here of like, an all cavalry type thing. At different cost levels for different amounts. They're all like 500 person, 500 troop chunks, so to speak. So, for instance, if I just want to get, and I'm gonna go ahead and start training these up, but I'm not gonna try to bang it all out all at once. So, for instance, one thing is if I look at this army here, this is a shock retinue, which is 400 heavy infantry and 100 archers, and it's gonna cost me 45 gold to train them, to create them, and then the cap usage is 900 of the 9K. So, they all have slightly different values. So what I'm going to do to start off with is I'm just going to do some heavy infantry. I'm going to do like 2 groups of those, and then I'm going to do some heavy and light cavalry, like 1 chunk of those. So that's kind of a decent army. I got about 800 guys up in the front with a couple hundred archers in the back. So it'll actually be, what is that? That's about 1,500. That's about a 1,500 stat group, for fighting. And it takes basically 1/3. So I can do this about 3 times. But this is going to cost me about 4 gold out of my normal monthly budget, while I'm actually going to do it at half speed because I'm not in a hurry for it. So make it 2 gold instead. And so I'm just going to let them raise there, and you'll kind of see it right here. You can kind of see here it's only got 3 troops in it right now, but they're recruiting, so he becomes a gray eminence. So anyway, that'll build up. Eventually it'll get up to 1,500, and when it does get to 1,500, then there won't be any cost on it anymore. And we should be able to see right here, well, we'll probably see in a minute once it starts kicking off, I guess. And you can see here it's costing me 2. You should be able to see it coming out of this bottom line as well, but yes, they all favor Ulf for whatever reason. Let's see, he's positioned pretty well right now. Okay, so that was one thing we needed to take care of that I had kind of been ignoring slightly. One other thing I just want to bring up while we're letting some time run off the clock here is thanks for all the comments and the comments and questions and all that from the last couple of episodes. I had some great private messages from some people saying that how they love the series. They've been, they started. I had one guy who said he started watching it a couple months ago when Crusader Kings 2 went on sale, and then he's just been addicted to it and just loves it. So that's great to hear some of that stuff. One thing I would caution for some people is I do get a couple messages here and there, and there's comments every once in a while of people getting real critical about certain things I do and why I'm not doing this or why I'm not doing that. keep in mind, this is a kind of a casual LP. I'm doing it more for fun and story. I'm not really trying to distill this down to be, hey, this is the expert pro way to play. You have to play this way to be a pro at Crusader Kings. That's not what I'm doing here. And to be honest, from starting as a duke with only 2 counties to having Croatia be this size, the mighty turtle upon the face of the planet, we've done pretty well. And a big part of Crusader Kings too is not only the narrative of creating kind of your story and the adventure that you're building within it, and you know, the line of kings and your heirs, and you know, those great conquests that you did, like when I took Hungary a while back. Things like that are really neat. But Crusader Kings 2 also has the element where you start getting to a point where you're just trying to hold on to what you have and trying to keep from having a lot of revolts or being invaded by somebody bigger. And so it's not necessarily, this isn't, you know, like say Total War or Civilization, where the whole goal is to turn the map your color. I mean, yeah, you can do that, but that's not really what I'm trying to do with this LP. So just figured I'd kind of throw that out there one more time. I'll kind of look around here, just to give you guys a little bit of a view of the map, so you can see a little bit of what's going on. Yep. Pretty similar. Hasn't changed a whole lot. Holy Roman Empire is leaked down into here now. So they're pretty aggressive on some of that. So, yeah, we're still doing pretty good, though. We're right here in the middle with our big turtle, so we're doing pretty good. I mean, look at the font on our country. Clearly, we're the most powerful because our font is the biggest, right? Isn't that how that works? Alright, so that's still going good. You can see that the army here, the retinue, is up to 255, so that will continue to slowly build over time. We'll kind of speed it up just a little bit here, just to keep it going. Do we have everybody doing something? Yes, everybody's doing something, so that's good. These factions, this is the only guy that's in the negative, sorta. 61 to get 40. Flamboyant schemer. Isn't that the guy that's an imbecile? Maximus. Now Maximus, where is he at on the... Pause this real quick. Where is Maximus? Okay, he's our last son. So we have Gabriel, who we've skipped. Justin, who was, I'm convinced, was assassinated. We have Ulf, and then we have Leonidas is our backup to Ulf, and then Maximus is the backup to Leonidas. So I don't need to tutor Maximus personally. I'm going to go ahead and let somebody else do it. He's got pretty good stats. Yeah, I'll just go with that guy. Okay. Unpause. Just didn't want to waste those couple of months there while I looked at that. Take a look at our religion just to make sure nothing is changed. Okay, everything looks about the same, so I think we're doing pretty good. Go ahead and let this tick through another year. I know we went through 1 year already, and we'll just go ahead and let it tick into the next one here. But yeah, we're moving along pretty good. We're letting this retinue build up. Our succession, everything looks like it's lined up pretty good right now. And we're still sort of waiting to see what happens here with Byzantine. I got a feeling here what's going to happen with Byzantine once that happens. We'll kind of see if they kind of plunge into some revolts. Maybe if we get an opportunity to grab a county or two up here towards the top, we'll try to do that. And then we'll probably turn our attention back to trying to see if we can start making some headway into these areas over here. Try and get some claims and try to start pushing up into these areas, maybe even take Poland, possibly. I don't know. We'll look at that probably on the next episode. We'll start looking at what opportunities we can create here. But we are still waiting for her to pass and then see what kind of opportunities come out of that. So everybody's favoring Ulf. That's good. And like I said, we'll get our retinue army built up here, so then that helps us, you know, because right now we get with our armies, you know, we're getting almost 20k there, and then we can build up at least another, you know, we can make this, our retinue can be at least probably get it up around 4k or 5k even. So that gives us another whole army that we really didn't have before, and it's really only costing us the money to raise them now. Yeah, I'm just trying to make sure. Retinues are always the map. They only cost maintenance while reinforcing, so we won't. Once we build it, it's not going to cost us anything. A mastermind theologian. No, man, I just butchered that. It's way too late when I'm recording this, so I'll go ahead and leave it alone. All right, so we're already, you know, we're ticking through. I mean, we actually got through a pretty good period right there. But like I said, I'm still really interested to see what happens there with the Byzantine. So just trust between... Yep, that's fine. Fantastic. Alright, so I think what we'll do... Oh, wow, there we go. Wow. Oh, wow, okay. Let's go ahead and pause that right there. She has already got there is a war already going on to claim the Byzantine Empire. Nicaea. Interesting. Look at that split. That's interesting. I'm going to have to survey this a bit more on the next episode, but that is... And they actually got a 5% in favor. Interesting. Well, we'll look at that closer on the next episode, and feel free to make any comments you may have on it. But that's interesting that it's already starting, man. If she was to pass away, I know it would stop some of that, but it would also then just fire it up even worse with her heir. But we'll take a look at that on the next episode once we get all of our other things in line. So again, that's it for now. Thanks for watching, and I will catch you guys next time in the tavern.